You know what it's like, Martin, as a driver. If you're the only one that's gone a different way, either you've got it absolutely sussed, or you could be a bit of a sitting duck in the early stages.
Yeah, you've just got to be patient with it. To be, as we saw with George Russell in Miami, you know, he was nowhere in the beginning on those hard compound tyres on that particular occasion, and eventually staying out of trouble and keeping his head, it came back to him quite nicely. But we are expecting a two-stopper today. It seems one stop is out, as far as I'm hearing. Not everybody thinks that, but we might even end up with a three-stopper.
That predicted pit stop strategy does not take into account starting on the soft compound tyre. Say the experts that we might see the first round of pit stops. The fastest pit stop of the season so far, going to Red Bull in Australia, 2.27 seconds stationary stop. Around about 22 seconds today we think the pit stop will last, so you've got to build a gap of about 23 seconds to come in and stay ahead of the people that could hold you up if you don't.
Yeah, and the undercut will be extremely powerful today. So in other words, if you could pit a lap before where your rival, wherever you're racing through the 20-car field, a lap earlier, that hit a lap before where your rival, wherever you're racing through the 20-car field, powerful, and we're going to see a cat and mouse game. Nobody's going to want to be hung out to dry and staying out a couple of laps too long.
Very true. There's the Drivers' Championship then. I mentioned Leclerc and Verstappen at the top. 104 points over 85. A 19-point lead for Charles Leclerc. Was 40 points at one stage. Sergio Perez, George Russell, Carlos Sainz completing the top five, and it's Ferrari ahead by only 6 points now from Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship, with Mercedes, despite all their struggles in the early part of the season, still well in contention on 95 points. There are 121,667 fans here at the Circuit de Catalunya. I haven't counted them all. I've just been passed a piece of paper that tells me, Martin, that is a terrific attendance, and it's hardly surprising given Fernando Alonso's popularity, given Carlos Sainz's popularity, and given Formula One's popularity in 2022.
Absolutely. Everywhere we're going at the moment seems to be sold out. And so Leclerc, with those fresh tyres on, it just because they haven't been cured effectively, they haven't been roasted out on track with a complete heat cycle through them. They yield you more grip. That's why we run brand new tyres in qualifying to get that extra mechanical grip out of the surface of the tyre. And there then is Fernando Alonso. He was going to need an engine, a power unit change, wasn't he? So he's taken
on the inside, battling away with Carlos Sainz. Does the inside work out well for the Mercedes as we head down towards turn 4? No, Sainz is ahead there of Hamilton, and now coming round the outside and making contact is Kevin Magnussen, and Magnussen goes off to the gravel in the Haas. Lewis Hamilton survives, but has he got damage on his Mercedes? He's going very, very slowly around turn 5.
Yeah, the car's hitting the ground. He's almost certainly got a puncture or suspension damage. Lewis Hamilton is looking like a puncture to me. So a little bit of relatively light contact, but the cars are really heavy, and of course the tyres so grippy, pieces of carbon fibre hanging off them as well. So easy to puncture a sidewall. Magnussen is back on the racetrack, but a long way behind.
Yeah, and Lewis Hamilton is